What's up, everybody? This is Gino. Thanks, the podcast. And today I have another special guest for episode 2. I wanted to bring on my friend Dominic. What's up, Dominic?
What up? What up? What up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just saying, I haven't seen you forever. How's everything in this new world now?
Listen, that's just it. Just listen.
Exactly.
Going to hell in a handbasket. I'm just looking for a good seat.
So, what are you? I see you're still working though.
Yeah, I moved back from Atlanta and got a nicer job. We'll say a nicer job.
Are you don't work at the restaurant anymore?
Atlanta was wild. Like between working at Benihana and GMs fighting customers, I wasn't here for that. And then I did a whole IHOP stint, opening up like 7, which 3 of them ended up closing because of Corona.
Oh, I thought you moved over there to do to transfer for Busboys. Weren't you still over there?
No, I was still with Busboys. Busboys has become a corporation now. They're
so
check. Less about the activism.
I see. So you're not about that?
No, and that was the thing. Like when I had started with Busboys many moons ago, when it was like 2 or 3 stores, everyone got to do what the fuck they wanted. There were rules like be kind to each other, kind to yourself. Now, like when I went back, I was like, bro, this is a whole corporation. Like y'all don't give a fuck. Like the little tribe hats are cute and shit, but y'all working for the dollar, and that's cool. That's not what I came back for. So I had to say sayonara.
But then you work for IHOP. They're a corporation too, right?
Yeah, but they're a franchise. Like my franchise owner was George, the coolest white guy you ever met in your life, who's like 70. He used to cuss people out, tell customers to get the fuck out. But yeah, I did that for like 2 years. I was with him. Yeah, we opened up a bunch of fun new stores and then closed half of them.
Okay, yeah, my restaurant still hasn't opened back up, so I haven't. Oh shit! Let me turn this down so they don't hear that. But yeah, no, I haven't been back to work. I've been trying to look for a job recently now, so we'll see how that goes. But until then, I'm trying to build up my YouTube.
That's why you got more subscribers than me. I got like 2.
You got 2 what?
2 subscribers on my YouTube page. And
how many videos do you have?
Like 5. One of them is from like when I first started it, and it's like me looking for a plug in my bedroom. It's very odd. I don't know how to take it down. It's still up there. It has plenty of views though.
It was like a skit that you did?
No, it was literally me with my phone, not realizing I was streaming because I just needed a flashlight. And then it made it onto my YouTube page, and I was just like, "Oh, there's a video there." And then like people watched it. I was like, "You're watching this 40-second video of me looking for a plug with the flashlight from my phone." People are very odd.
I mean, whatever gets you the views. There's some dude that I saw like he would just sit and stare at the camera. Like literally, that's all he did was like he would sit on the floor and stare at the camera for an hour.
I watched those, and then
you watched it.
I watched like 10 seconds. I was like, "Yo, there's something weird happening. I don't know what this is. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable." Because there's like him, and then there's a girl who just kind of sits in a room and like taps her fingers and kind of looks away, then look. And I'm like, all of this makes me uncomfortable. I feel like you're kidnapped, and I don't want to be.
Are you sure you're not talking about the ASMR? Because that's different. If they're like tapping their fingers.
Before ASMR, there was like a whole, I forgot the name of it. There was a whole like conspiracy theory about her being kidnapped, and like the screen flashing helped me randomly. Like people,
I vaguely remember something like that.
Yeah, and then she just disappeared. But the videos still get views. Like they still get millions of views of people who watch them. And I'm like,
I need to come up with a fake video making it seem like I got kidnapped or something.
I'll be like, yo, I need to hit these view goals so I can start monetizing these joints like quick.
No, but so I don't know if you've been seeing I've been doing like reaction videos. So I've been asking everyone, what should I do like a reaction video to? Like what do you watch on YouTube that you want to see people do reaction videos to?
I watch the most random shit on YouTube. I watch people do their fingernails or makeup and shit. Like nothing reaction worthy. I mean,
I did for like Halloween, not last year, but the year before that. I was trying to do like a makeup. I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing, so it didn't come out great. But like I did my makeup as Saw, like Jigsaw.
Oh, okay.
So
Nah, these are girls doing their makeup to like go to events and shit.
yeah.
Like, well, there's a girl who does like Halloween makeup, Made You Look, and she's pretty solid. Like, I tried doing one of her tutorials last year, and I was just like, I'm over this. I don't know how you got the patience, baby girl. It took me 35 minutes to get the white foundation all one shade on my face. I was like, I'm good.
Wait, what would you dress as?
So I was ideally trying to be a Dalmatian. What ended up happening was me washing my face, grabbing a black lipstick from CVS, blacking out my eye, and throwing on a spirit hood that I had. That was a Dalmatian color one. And that's just what it was. With a black t-shirt and shorts. But yeah, nah. No, thank you. I'm not here for all the extra.
But yeah, speaking of conspiracies, I know that we were talking a little bit about that Free Britney earlier.
Yo, it's just mad weird. Like, I remember Britney Spears, like I used to be a Britney stan, like concerts, the whole nine. And then like the Free Britney thing started. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I was like, Britney's always been a little off, and she's always had to have supervision. And then I started like looking at it, and I'm like, oh no, like this is a little more to supervision.
You mean
like,
just looking at her Instagram videos where she's dancing?
Yeah, like first off, the Instagram videos are very odd. All of them give you this like, I'm a prisoner vibe. Like it's like her dead staring into a camera and like talking to you. It just feels very odd. And then I was like, she look a little weird. And then like you start digging into it, and you're just like, her dabbing. And you know, we all know what a conservator is. It's somebody who basically, in the event of your death or incapacitation, makes decisions. Cool. But I didn't realize like how deep that is when it comes to like when there's money involved. Like everyone just thought like, oh, he just kind of makes sure she doesn't like recklessly buy a $25 billion house. No, like he can have her like committed against her will.
Yeah, it's basically like she's too crazy to spend her own money. Is that what it is?
But it's not even spend her own money. She's just too crazy to function is essentially what they're saying. So everyone was like, oh, it's a money thing. And then, you know, the documents came out and everyone started reading them. I'm not about to read them. Someone read them and I skimmed over it. Okay. And I was like, wait, so like, and I asked one of my friends who's a lawyer, I was like, what do you mean? Like, what does this mean? He's like, basically they're saying she's too crazy to function. I was like, what do you mean to function? They're like, yo, like he makes every decision for her. So like,
so how do you get out of that though?
So that's the thing. It's one of those weird things to where I guess the problem everyone had with it was like people get conservators, but it's for like a short period of time, a month, 6 months. And it's just until you kind of get whatever you need to get done. So if you need to be back on your meds, until you get a full rotation of meds in, and they kind of, you go back and they say, all right, you're cool. We pull it back a little bit more. And that's the thing. Like everyone's just like, but it's been like a couple of years at this point. Like,
but I think like when the news first came out, because it was just like kind of earlier this year that hashtag really happened.
So, no, the hashtag's been around for a while. It just got crazy this year because of she went back to court in the end of 2018. And said they had something, and then her dad was like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. And then she said she didn't want him to do it anymore. And then it came out that like he abused like her son or something. And so that was kind of her leverage to get out of it. The issue with that is it's not up to either one of those people, it's up to the judge. So the judge was like, I mean, can I get some proof? And she, everyone just kind of kept it quiet and then just kind of kept rolling with it. And then people just started realizing when she canceled her second residency for domination that like something's not right. Because Brittany, you've been running around with your little boyfriend. We see like videos and shit. You look like you got, you did a whole residency. You look like you got your shit together. Because you can go do, I think it's like 4 shows a day, 6 days a week or some weird shit. I'm pretty sure you can handle your business if you can hit the stage every night. No, like, the judge is like, no, I can't.
So do you think like the judge is just working with her father or something? Like, what do you mean?
So originally everyone was just like, yo, like this is weird. The first argument was no one's ever had a conservacy this long for someone who is obviously well and okay, right? Because typically they're for long-term ones are for people who are incapacitated. So like if your grandmother or whoever had like Alzheimer's, then that would be a long-term one and it would make sense because there's no chance of her coming back. For this, it was very odd, and then the money aspect jumped in to where like all of a sudden he's not in debt anymore. All of a sudden he bought a house.
Oh, he was in debt before though?
Yeah, and so all of a sudden it's like, but where the money coming from, bro? Because you broke. Like Brittany kicked you off being her manager.
So does he have to prove that he's not spending her money for himself or something?
No,
Anything like that?
all you have to prove if someone asks is that he just has to prove that it is needed. So the way he explained it was, well, I need my car to get to her. I need somewhere to live because I can't stay at the hotel with her and the boys. So he just has to have a reason. So like for me, I had power of attorney of my mother when she was in the hospital. And I had to like, pay bills and shit. So at the end of it, I had to like fill out a whole paper of like what I spent her money on. And I literally, this is the weird part. I was like, so I wrote out like a long list of what I spent and why I spent it. Nah, the social worker guy was just like, let me see. And he was like, all right, cool, that look normal. I was like, no questions about like what the $1,500 was for. And he was like, nah, that's cool. And I'm like, when you think of it in that sense, you're just like, there's really no oversight. Like at the very basis of it, if I was questioned by like another family member and brought it up in court, I just had to say, well, I needed to pay my rent so that I wasn't homeless to take care of my mother. And that would have been a 100% justified answer.
So are there people that are actually dedicated to like looking into this and like contacting the right people?
So that's like, it's weird when it's a normal person, you have like a social worker, right? So their job is in the best interest of the person who has the conservator. When it's like a superstar, as we've seen, it's less kind of that because they just assume that you're not going to do anything weird.
I feel like because you're a superstar, you should have more money. You should have more money for your own lawyers to be able to.
And so that was the problem everybody had with it was like, it's been a year at the first time. Brittany's got her shit together. She's out here making money. She's back on stage. She's living her best life. We're seeing the boys. Her and Kevin aren't fighting anymore. She's not trying to set shit on fire.
Kevin is
better line.
I didn't know they were still. I forgot. I guess there's
still that was the thing. Like,
that way.
Arguments and shit. Her dad was like, "That's an unhealthy environment. She can't control things. The boys are there." Like that's how he phrased it when he went to court. Like she was in danger. The boys were in danger, and everyone's just like, "All right, it's been a year."
You're talking about in 2018?
Yeah,
we were saying this.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Cool, she got her shit together," and then she's doing this whole like residency, which helped out. And then everyone's kind of looking like, bitch, you still got a conservative? This is confusing. And then when she tried to get it taken off the first time, that's when the first Free Britney thing happens and kind of got an uproar again. Because people were like, wait, you still got a conservative? Like, we confused. You did a whole video the other day. Like, you look fine. And then it came up again. And then this time, it got to the point where people were like, nah, bro, there's some funny shit going on. And somebody needs to step in. So they started reaching out to, like, Cher and like her sister and just anybody in Vegas who was, seeing her on a daily basis, like, hey, you need to go on the court date and say that she's fine.
I mean, if the whole thing is what people are saying is that she's making these videos to make it appear like
and that's the thing. That's the thing. So
doing the opposite is what I'm saying.
Because when you look at the previous videos when she's talking to fans and she's all excited and when her boyfriend did that weird dance down the hallway, it looked like normal Britney. It looked like an everyday person living their best life. But then you have these videos where like she has like this really dark makeup on, the background is always the same, and she's like
makeup, or is that like she was like crying and then she decided to do that?
I don't know, and that's the thing. No one knows. But she's standing there with her hands in her pocket. She's giving you the dead stare of like I'm a captive. And trying to convince you of something, and you're like, nah, bro, I wasn't born yesterday.
Because I actually talked about this on the last episode, but I know you're also a Cardi fan. So do you remember back when she first came out? Like, I think it was when she first was about to get signed or when she first got signed. She came out with a video where she was like crying and like having a breakdown.
But the difference between Cardi and Britney is Cardi had a breakdown, right? But then she had a breakdown because she had the beginning of her career, right? So she was dealing with going from being.
Britney had her beginning of the career breakdowns too. She's been having breakdowns.
No, like back then we didn't know no better. Like we were just like, oh, Britney's just having a bad day. And then we started cutting her hair off and hitting people with umbrellas and just wilding out. It was like, all right, somebody, we need an adult. We need an adult in the room. Someone go grab her and sit her down. But that's the difference. It's like when Cardi had her moment, Cardi didn't have any money. Cardi had, I think it was like 11 hip hop money or some shit. Like she wasn't balling. So if she would have had a conservative, it would have been more along the lines like her mama being like, sit your ass down somewhere.
No, I wasn't saying that she had a conservator. I'm just saying basically like it's definitely because at the time that this video came out, it was like, oh, Cardi B definitely joined, or this is her joining the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying?
People in the Illuminati, they be wild. Listen.
No, but I'm saying like they're the same people that are in control of everything. Like they're the ones that can pull it. Like the people, I don't know. Aren't Britney Spears' parents like supposed to be?
I don't know what they're supposed to be. I know they broke.
Oh, are they? I thought they were supposed to be like super important people somehow.
No, they're like, I think her mom was like a dance mom. It was very odd. Like they were those parents who dipped in her pocket as a manager and then dipped in her pocket as like everything else. So at one point, I think her dad was like on the creative team for her perfumes and shit. And everyone's like, bro, how? Like, what are you out here selling? Britney Spears is like 1 million perfumes. What are you selling us? No.
That's the agenda these days. It's like these parents just try to jump on to be the manager of their kids so that they get
the thing with Britney, like we knew it, but it wasn't out of control. You see what I'm saying? Like he would show up and you'd be like, oh, that's Britney's dad. He's so weird. But like again, like the younger fans, like you would just see him and be like, oh, he's so weird. And now like 95% of us are adults who are like, nah, bro, there's some weird shit happening. Like you really still trying to milk this train. Like just let it go. Baby girl has had a full public breakdown, 2 kids at this point. She's made all the bad decisions we've made as adults. The only difference is she had to do hers in public. I was like, we've all had a breakdown. I was bald at one point. I was like, we all had those moments. The only difference is she did it in public and couldn't just like quietly figure it out. Like people are piling on. And then when your parents are piling on and piling onto your checkbook, it just kind of pulls you to the edge. And I'm like, and the thing with her, like now, is everyone's like, yo, she's good. Just give her shit back. Like when Cher says somebody needs to go check on her because this ain't right, and Cher been on the Las Vegas Strip longer than the Strip probably been there, bro.
Cher said this recently, or she said it back in 2018?
No, she said it recently. Like I'm gonna say a month ago, a couple weeks ago, something like that. Like they had people kept tagging Cher in it, and then Cher was just like, she was like, someone needs to check in on her. She was like, there seems to be something along the lines of there seems to be something wrong, and if this is a thing, then this needs to be talked about and figured out. And then her comment was like, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, then it must be a duck. And she's like, if this has been a constant thing with her dad of like forcing her into rehab when she didn't have a relapse, forcing her on a medication she didn't want to take, like this is something that should be looked at. Everyone just thinks it's okay because it's a celebrity. Like, oh, you got people. And I'm like, no, some of these celebrities ain't got nobody. Like they got their parent because they the only motherfucker there, and parents ain't always on the up and up. And I'm like, that's what it comes down to. That's why everybody when Jamie Lynn stepped in, because I think her dad stepped out because of like he like heart problems or some shit.
Wait, you're saying Jamie Lynn is the conservator now?
Yeah. So I think like they made this like a month ago or a couple weeks ago.
So she can't be like she doesn't want to give it back to Britney or whatever.
So this is the weird part about it. As a conservator, you can't give it back to the person.
It really has to go through the court.
The court has to. And so the way that it kind of worked itself out was, I think the judge kind of looked at the scenario and was like, yo, like, so let's talk about what you want to do. And Britney was like, you know, I'm good with whatever. Because, I mean, she's had a conservator for this long. She ain't broke.
So she doesn't want to be free. Why is everyone?
That's the thing. It's not her choice to be free. It's the judge. So the judge has. So
no, I'm talking about for people saying free Britney. It's like she doesn't even want that. The judge would have given it to her if she had said, "Yeah, I'm good."
The judge can't just give it back to her all at once. So they have to step it back because of how deep the conservatorship is. Again, the typical conservatorship is like, I just make sure you pay your bills, kind of a thing.
So I'm just confused why everyone is saying free Britney when she herself said she was good with the way it was.
So she said she was good with the way it was. I feel like mostly just the kind of, because Britney's always been that artist who cared more about the fans. So her whole thing is like, I'm fine, stop worrying about me, in a way of like, I'm figuring it out on my own. I just can't say anything about it. Because I feel like the last year, this was kind of the move for her. She knew that, giving back a at this point, probably $1 billion situation, the judge wasn't going to be like, here you go, girl, run free. There's step backs for it. So we have to slowly pull back to make sure you don't like lose your shit. And I feel like this is the way she did it. Like Jamie Lynn had her own career, has her own money. It's her little sister, but
she has a career because of Britney.
I'm not saying that, but Jamie Lynn still say Jamie Lynn. Her mortgage still says Jamie Lynn. She has her own money. And I think that's what it was. I think it was a move to where trying to find another family member, because everyone was like, oh, just get somebody else. And I'm like, that's not how it works. If your dad's doing it and you want someone else, the court's more apt to do another family member because they've lived the life with you. So I feel like that's what the swap out was. It was like Jamie Lynn, and I feel like the next swap out, it's probably going to be like quietly, they're going to be like, Britney, you're good, girl. Have a good time. Bye. Because, like, people harassing them at this point. It's like, there's COVID happening, and you're over here harassing me about this little pop dingy star who's trying to free herself. Like, it's cool, we got you, but like, there's rules and steps to it. But I feel like Jamie Lynn was the best option because, I mean, as a sister, she's always been there. She's always had her own shit.
So why does Britney always look sad in her videos? It's because she doesn't own it.
I just feel like Britney looks sad in her videos because she just feels. I feel like there comes a point in everyone's life, especially with these pop stars, where you just want to be normal and you realize you can't be normal. And I think Britney thought that the residency was going to do that for her. Because she was like, I only took the residency because I felt like it was enough stability for me to get my life back. And it was. But then you realize that you sign up for 4 shows a day, 6 days out of the week. And, you're doing the same thing every night and yada, yada. So it's consistency. But for her, I feel like she felt like the Vegas residency. I personally feel like she felt like the Vegas residency was going to be a flop. So she can slide out of the limelight and be okay. Because it's easier to leave when you flop, right? So it's easier.
And this is coming from a Britney stan? That's fucked up. It's
not fucked up. It's what you go through. Like, every artist goes through these moments where you're like, like Christina went through it. And Christina was on the top of the game. And what album was that? I think it was Bionic happened. And we were like, this is a banging album, girl, but these videos is whack. And then
I only liked her first 2 albums.
Bionic was different, but it was worth it. But for her, it was one of those, she did it, the industry didn't put any money behind it. So she was easily able to slide out into obscurity until you saw her on like The Voice and shit, where you're like, oh, look, there's Christina. And then she rebranded herself. But again, with Britney, I feel like she wanted Vegas to flop so that she can then say, I tried, I'm done with this music shit. Because she's doing the same songs. It's not like there's any new songs. There's bigger sets, more dancers.
What's the last song she had? The last song I remember is the one she had with G-Eazy, which was surprisingly good, actually.
What song was that?
I don't even know how it goes now. It was like literally from like 2-3 years ago, maybe.
The last song I remember was like Work Bitch. That was like a hit.
Oh, that was a long time ago, right?
That was like the last banger, and that was during the Vegas residency. So that was the agreement she had with them, because everyone who was a sponsor in that video was a sponsor of the Vegas residency. So that was the agreement. She had to come up with a song in the video, and they would continue to sponsor the residency because at first it wasn't doing well. Then motherfuckers, just decided, I want to go see Britney.
Wait, is that why she mentions all that stuff in the song? Like, that was the sponsor?
All that.
Oh, that's genius.
But for her, it was one of those moments of like, I'm going to give you guys this song because I hope this motherfucking residency flops because I'm trying to leave. But then people started showing up. And I think that she legitimately realized, like, y'all ain't never going to let me go. Like, I just want to go hang out. And she said it on the video one day. She was on something and she was like, they were talking to her about her residency and they're like, what's the best part about your residency? And she was like, being able to hang out with my kids all day. And the guy looked confused because he looked like he was ready for like the next part of the residency. I'm like, oh, what the stage look like? Da da da. And she was like, hanging out with my kids all day. And then they did like a tour, and she's like, yeah, they're like putting up trees and stuff, and I'm gonna swing from up there. And And then halfway through the interview, she like wanders off to go play with her kids, and he's looking like, "So we good?" I'm like, I think that's what it was. I think she just wanted a stable situation, a last money grab, which we all need in our life, to just go be a mom somewhere and be happy. I'm like, at the end of the day, that's what everybody wants. But no, I just feel like Britney Spears needs to be left the fuck alone. Let that girl live her best white trash life.
Because you're right. She hasn't come out with anything in a while. This might just be it's possibly promo for like a new album or something, a new single or something like that. You think she has to keep up with the times, right? Like,
nah. I mean, she canceled her last revamp of the residency, which was called Domination.
Was that this year? That was this year?
Yeah, it was 2019.
She canceled it because so it wasn't because of Corona.
No, it was supposed to come out because my birthday's October 10th. Supposed to come out in like November because I was gonna get tickets to go. She canceled it, and the reason she's like, "Oh, my dad's sick, and I want to hang out with my kids." That's legit the reason that she gave. It was nothing more, nothing less. 2 sentences, boom. And then I was like, "Yeah, Brittany ready to go be a normal person as much as she can be at this point." I was like, because you don't just cancel. I think it was like another like $70 or $80 million contract. Like, you don't just cancel that and be like, nah, I want to go eat ice cream in the back of the house. I'm going to go do that.
Do they have to pay when they cancel?
No. So for her, if it was like the first show, yes. For her, since they use an old sound stage and they just are remaking fucking props and shit, no. They refunded everyone's money. Well, they ended up refunding it regardless because the Corona happened. But yeah, no, they just like, she said she wouldn't do it, she wouldn't do it. That's what insurance is for. She wasn't upset about it. I mean, it's a Vegas residency.
Insurance is for when there's like a real reason, not just like, oh, I don't feel like doing it. That's the thing, right?
No, insurance is for that part too.
Oh, true. I don't know how all that works.
When it comes to like an artist, they pay a percentage if they do that, but it's like so minuscule that they don't give a fuck. But if they're just like, I'm good, I don't want to do it. And then, it rolled into the Corona thing. So she definitely was like, dodge that bullet, kids. I'm out. But yeah, no, I feel like that's what it was. I feel like this last residency, she was going to do it. And then her dad got sick. The whole thing started brewing again about the Conservancy. She had January already in order to knock that out for her and kind of knock it back. So she was like, I'm good. Y'all might not see me no more. This might just be the end for Britney. No more dancing on boxes, no more snakes, no more.
Everyone's been coming back, so she definitely has to come back. Like all the.
That's the thing. Everyone was coming back. Didn't have a Vegas residency, giving them millions of dollars to do a remake of what you've already done. That's the difference. Like everyone, like when they said she was getting a Vegas residency, everyone was like, "That's for like people like sharing shit." And I was like, "Nah, bro, that's the whole cash grab." I was like, Celine Dion had them hoes build I think it was like $20 million bubble to make sure that the air in the fucking thing was perfect for her voice. I was like, and on top of that, she got a fat check for 3 years. Like, nah. It's for whoever want a quick cash grab and you can draw in the crowd.
I guess I don't pay attention to who all gets like residencies in Vegas.
So I only pay attention because like I think it's like my grandmother likes what's the guy with the big shoulder pads? Barry Manilow. And so he always has the residency. And I'm like, how do these things work? Like, how do you get one? My grandma's like, they're mostly for retired people. So when Brittany got one, we were like, wait, you young. Like, how you get a whole residency? And the hotel itself was like, oh, it'll be a good draw. It'll be a nice way for her to have a place to settle down and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, damn, they took out a whole floor of a hotel for you, bro. And then, you see Cher and them with it. And I'm like, well, Cher makes sense. And then Celine had it. And I was like, well, Celine always been on Vegas strips. She out here, she done banging on her chest. She just wants you to come see her in some cute dresses and she want to go home.
That's what I'm saying. I don't keep up with the, like with them either, I guess.
It's a thing. Like whenever you plan a trip to Vegas, they always have those little things at the bottom where it's like, do you want to go see Celine? $20. And I'm like, yeah, that's right.
But see, if I went to Vegas and I saw that, I'd be like, what is it, like a Celine impersonator or something?
No, it's like they give you a whole concert. They give you a whole concert. But it's one of those concerts where, like, you've seen it once, you're good.
So you've been to one?
I went to go see, I think it was Celine. I fell asleep. But yeah, I went to go see Celine.
That's fucked up.
I was high as a kite. Listen, it happens. We stumbled into it. We got free tickets from somebody on the strip, and my friend, I don't gamble. And he didn't gamble. He was like, "You want to go see her?" I was like, "Bro, I'm high as a kite. I don't give a fuck who you go see. As long as they're ignorant, it's hot as shit out here." I was like, "I'm fat and it's hot. Let's go watch." And I had up like, she came on this big ass dress, and I was like, "Oh, that's cute."
But you never saw Britney in Vegas.
No, because at that time, Britney's was just starting, and her tickets were expensive. She was sold out.
I'm talking about in general. Have you ever seen her?
Yeah, I've seen Britney Spears in 2 concerts. Once when I was younger, and then one whenever she did Circus. I saw that concert. It was better than the actual Circus.
I think that's like when, I don't know, because she had her phase 2 where I was like, she's going downhill. But I think Circus was like the first time.
Circus is when she was like, let me
that was actually a good album.
Let me get this body back. Let me give you guys these spinning chairs. Let me grab a couple animals from Barnum and Bailey.
And that's what I'm saying. That song, like, I'm surprised that you don't know that song with G-Eazy, because I felt the same way about that song. It's like, damn, she did it again. Like, she pulled another circus with this song. I didn't listen to the album.
It's like, I need an album. I don't need like a song.
I'm pretty sure it was from an album. I can't believe you don't remember that.
I'm a rapper for a song. If you're like a Britney, a Christina, and Adele, I need a whole album. I need a whole story.
See, Christina Aguilera, I will say, back in the day, I thought she was when her first 2 albums were out, I was like, oh yeah, she's better than Britney. But clearly, Britney was able to last longer than Christina.
I think the difference between the two was Britney was giving you, I will get naked on this camera for $1, right? Christina was giving you, girl, you got a belly button and that's it. I got morals. Like, I'm not getting ass naked out here. I'm not doing nothing weird. I'm not no skin tight outfits. This is what you got. I think Christina was more, and it's funny to say this, I feel like Christina was more along the Adele route where she didn't need the extra shit because she had the voice, right? And Britney was more along the Beyonce route where she had an okay voice, but the extra shit made it extra. So, like, her and Tyson Beckford on the back of the fucking motorcycle with this bitch having an ugly red wig on was everything. Like, she gave you visuals that, can go into a club and make you dance. Whereas, I'm not about to pop on Christina and watch you do something weird on the camera, girl. I'm like, girl, can you go sit down and sing somewhere, please?
I'm so sorry. I don't know if you realize, like, my computer froze.
Slid over.
Can you repeat everything you just said? I'm so sorry.
I don't even know where we left off.
The last thing I was saying, it froze your whole answer, but the last thing I said was that I thought Britney lasted longer than Christina.
Oh, so what I said was, I feel like the difference between the two people were Britney was here to give you a show for $1. Like, if it meant a snake, a skin tight outfit, somebody throwing me across the floor, that's what I'm here for. Christina was more along the Adele route where she was like, I got a good voice, I ain't got to get naked. So that was the difference.
Really? That why she named her album Stripped? What are you talking about?
So, but I'm just saying that's the difference. So, like, when we looked at Christina, we looked at the voice, right? We were looking at a voice, not the person. And I think that was the difference when it all changed. Because when we look at Britney, she has a good voice. It's an okay voice. But we want the whole thing. We want the circus.
I'm just saying her songs are catchier than Christina's.
But that's it. That's what I'm saying. So Britney Spears is a Beyonce who gives you real catchy songs and hooks. Got a good.
I see.
Whereas Christina is like Adele. She's like, girl, I'm gonna be here. Y'all gonna be at my funeral like Aretha.
See, my whole I can see what you're saying, but it honestly, like, I don't see Adele hosting The Voice. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was
Adele is happy sitting in the house with her baby. Listen, Adele got the best setup. She and did 0 promo.
I thought she just lost all her money or something though. Didn't she?
So here's the thing. Everyone was like, oh, she fell off. I was like, no. First off, she couldn't get into the country to do the tour the first time. She couldn't get a visa or some shit.
No, I was talking about her divorce.
No, this is before the divorce. So when she did 21, she couldn't come in and do a tour because she couldn't get a visa. but the album still blew up. And they're just like, but how? And they're like the SNL skit when she kind of came in, did the thing, and then left and tried to come back. The SNL skit blew 21 up. Well, blew 19 up. 21 happened. She couldn't get a visa. The next one after that, which I think was like 23 or something, happened. She was supposed to do a tour, had voice issues because I had bought tickets, spent my $600, got tickets. She couldn't come because she had to have surgery, and then a bunch of shit was happening in her life. 25 happened, and she was like, I had been gone for so long. I didn't do a tour for 23. I didn't know if anybody wanted to hear me. And everyone was like, 23 went diamond, and you did no promo. You literally sat in the house because you had throat issues. Who can say their album went diamond with no promo? Like, you did no tours, no radio, no nothing. And so when 25 happened, she like legit just was like, when we dropped it, she was like, I was staring at the TV. Everyone texted me like, oh, it just went live. And she's like, it was just the one sentence. And she was like, I'm looking at Twitter like, oh, it's going to be okay. No one's going to care. I'm a, old thing. I'm beyond that point. And she was like, it blew the fuck up so quick. I was like, yeah, that shit broke Twitter, girl. I was out here tweeting. I don't even tweet motherfuckers. I was like, did you hear this shit, bro? She coming. Get ready with your Kleenex. You're going to need a whole case.
That's when Someone Like You came out. Is that album? Because that's what she won the Grammy for, right?
Yeah, no, that's not Someone Like You. 25 was Hello, It's Me.
Oh, see, I feel like I didn't like that album as much.
But that's the difference. So the reason that we liked the album 25 was because we knew she had did all the work she needed to do, and we knew for a fact we were getting a fucking tour.
Oh, I see.
That was the difference. So for us, it was not this. We know her songs are always going to be great, right? Because she's a singer-songwriter and she just bangs out the bangers that make you want to cry. Our problem as fans were like, we want a physical fucking tour. We want to see you standing on a stage with whatever the fuck you need on the stage. You need me to build you a chair? I got you, girl. Like, and that was the difference. And I feel like that's the difference between like a great singer and a performer. Britney's a performer. We need you to have $7 million worth of pyrotechnics behind you while you give me Hit Me Baby one more time. Or it's just not the same. Christina, you can give me a stool. Maybe a little cute little gown. A little glitter in the background. I'm good with this. I pay $40 for this. Brittany's very trying to give me that shit. I'm like, bro, if you don't go over there and get a snake from somebody's house real quick, I need you crawling on the floor. That's what we like. We like the weird shit you be doing, swinging in the air.
Nah, I was talking, but back to Adele. Sorry, but to backtrack a little bit, I'm talking about the fact that Adele lost all her money in her divorce. Her ex-husband is supposed to get all her money, supposedly.
That's not gonna happen. Britain don't work like that. You're not about to have somebody out here broken down.
Wait, what?
I said that's not about to happen. Britain's not gonna let that happen. That's not
Adele.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She lives in London.
Britain, I see.
That's not how that works over there. They don't believe if she lived in the U.S., that will probably happen because.
Oh, I see.
Britain, they believe in like what you work for belongs to you. As a man, you need to stand on your own.
She didn't get like U.S. citizenship or something, like because she was gonna be here.
Nope. Why would you do that? The fucking pound is worth more. No, I'm saying my ass over here.
Is it? Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know how all that stuff works.
Pay me in pounds. Pay me in yen. Give me my money. But no, I think for Adele, I think the breakup thing and the divorce for her was just like, I feel like the part where people like, they took all her money. I'm like, nah. She probably told him, what's it going to take for you to get out of my face? Just give me a number. We got it. Because then I can make that back on the next album.
It sounded like it was like more than half her money. I don't know. And
for her at the moment, and when people hear more than half her money, they're thinking like how big Adele is. People look at like their net worth, right? Your net worth isn't what's in your bank account. That's not your judges are basing this off of your net worth. The judge is basing this off of the cold hard cash in your bank account. So the way Adele's albums are set up, she didn't get a big payout for each one. She's getting residual income. So if they did it like they're supposed to do it, she got $5 million in the account, bro. You can have 4. Because in a month it's gonna be back.
Fuck that. What are you talking about? No, I need.
You got 4 albums. One of them.
I'll be like 1 million is good enough. Get out of my face.
Yeah, again, it's Adele. So for the most part, we know she just gave that man a check and was like, "Please leave my house. Just collect your belongings and just."
I don't know, but yeah, like when are we gonna get that new Adele album? Because
we know it's Corona. She's sitting in the house again. Adele does this. She hangs out. She does nothing for a year and a half, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, hasn't it been a minute?
It's
when did 25 come out? That was like years ago. Her next album is gonna be called like 35.
No, well, she's not doing any more numbered albums. She said,
"Oh, she's not."
She said a trilogy is enough. She's like, anything beyond that, they just failed. I was like, listen,
I thought that was gonna be like her thing, like all her albums.
No, so she said 19 happened because they were pressuring her to give the album a name, and she was like, it was my first album. I didn't know how this worked. And they're like, "Oh, what are you gonna name it?" And she's like, "I don't know. I thought y'all did it." And they were like, "No." Like, why would we name your album? And she was like, "I mean, just 19 sounds great," and then walked off. And she was like, "I didn't think that was gonna be a real thing." Then photos started happening for the album cover. She's like, "I'm still percolating in my mind what the name of the album's gonna be." Then they showed me album art with my face and the number 19 next to it. And I'm like, I guess that's what we're doing. I was like, and she's like, later on she realized that it fits because she wrote most of the songs when she was 19 into 20.
Oh, I thought it was like that's how old she was. Yeah, when she recorded it.
No, that's how old she was when she wrote it.
Oh.
That's how it works. So all her album songs, like when she did the numbers, it was based off of when she wrote the songs. So the album had to have a majority of a number from that year for it to work.
Okay, that makes me feel better because I was like, damn, she got a Grammy at 23. Shit.
No. So it was when she wrote the
But no, I mean, there are people that have gotten Grammys younger than that, though. Like Billie Eilish got like 5 Grammys, and she's only like 18.
Look, Billie Eilish walking around looking like somebody's, what do they used to be called? The hood dolls you would get out the gumball machine?
Bratz dolls or something?
No, it was like something. It was a fucking doll. They're very racist. It was like Spanish people and black people in like baggy jeans and a tank top. And you like try to collect them all. My mom was like, "You're not getting that shit. Get away. Go get something else."
Have you seen those like little dolls they sell that where if you put them in cold water, it looks like it's wearing lingerie or something?
No, wait, what?
It's like it's another one of those like Pizzagate conspiracy things.
Stop.
You believe in all that or no?
What the fuck is a Pizzagate?
You don't know about Pizzagate?
Was Shane Dawson?
I mean, that's kind of related, but not really. But yeah, basically.
You got real offended just now, sir.
Huh?
You got real offended. No.
Shane Dawson. No, I only know about him because of that one video, and yeah, he's like weird as fuck, right? Like
Shane's problematic, and we've all known Shane was problematic.
I didn't know who he was before that video came out.
I like Shane. Shane was a white boy who would be on camera and have a nervous breakdown and record it.
And now we see why he would.
And I'm like, to be that person, you are very fucked up in the head.
But I don't know. Yeah, but do you know? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. That's like a whole other episode.
Pizzagate, and I'm gonna see if I know this.
Basically, I mean, did you see the Epstein documentary on Netflix?
Which one? There were like 2.
Filthy Rich.
I saw some of it.
That's basically Pizzagate right there. I mean, the reason why they call it Pizzagate is because there's actually a place in DC. There's like a government, I'm pretty sure it's like a CIA document, and it has official symbols that have been linked to like child sex trafficking rings. Oh, yeah. And this place in DC had the symbol as its logo. So they've changed it since then, right? But there was some dude that came in, like was trying to shoot up the place, asking to like trying to rescue the kidnapped children.
I can believe that. Listen, our government's very fucked up, and if you're in power and they got something on your kid, it's written down somewhere. Listen, it's written down somewhere. Epstein, I think it was like Epstein had girls like coming into like a fucking massage room or something weird. I was watching it and I was like, this makes me uncomfortable. I'm turning this off. Thank you. I'm gonna go watch cartoons now.
I'm trying to figure out why we started talking about this.
I don't know. You came out of nowhere with a Pizzagate, and then I was confused about what a Pizzagate.
No, there was a reason for it. That's what I'm trying to say. What were we talking about right before that?
Shane Dawson. I don't know, kid.
You asked about Shane Dawson once I said Pizzagate.
Yeah, because I thought it was a Chuck E. Cheese pizza thing.
What the fuck were we talking about?
Where they're like smushing pizza slices together from old pizzas and selling it back to you.
I don't know. All I'm saying is we were talking about how the world's just crazy.
The world's all fucked up. All fucked up in Britain. We're on our way to hell, and I'm just looking for a good seat.
But that's what I'm saying. If that's the case, then what's the point of me trying to like go back to work? Why do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I go to work because during the COVID thing, I sat in my house for 3 months, and between you and I, and whoever sees this, I spent way too much money on Amazon. To the effect of the Amazon people knew my name.
were you? So I'm saying like you were getting unemployment.
So yeah, so what ended up happening is it was me or the staff. I wasn't serving nobody no fucking food, and I ain't got no kids. So I had a nice savings to where I can just sit at home. In Atlanta, I was paying like $600 a month for rent. It was a drop in the bucket for me. And I was partially getting unemployment. So I didn't know I was getting unemployment until month 2. So they had been depositing it into my very old, haven't used in God knows how long savings account. Because I think that's the savings account I gave my job, and that's what they did my unemployment through. But yeah, I was sitting at home. I bought way too much shit off of IKEA and Amazon. I knew it was a problem when I didn't even have a full backyard, but my dog had a doghouse. And not like a regular doghouse. I mean like the ones that come and you're drilling on like siding and you're painting it. There's like a bed inside.
If it fits in the backyard, whatever. You don't need a whole backyard.
That was the thing. I didn't have a whole backyard. I had a patch of grass the size of a patch of grass in front of somebody's drawing.
But it fits, the doghouse fits, right?
But he never got in it. That was the thing. My dog was never left outside.
Oh.
I just thought it was cute and I was bored and thought, oh, this would be fun to work on.
No, literally, that's why I dyed my hair too. I was bored as fuck. And I was just like, the last time I dyed my hair was like in high school in like 2004 or something like that.
I think the last time I saw you, you had like all the hair.
Yeah, no, I mean, I grew it out too. I just recently cut it because I was going on like job interview and shit. If you go back and you look at some of my reaction videos, you'll see it was kind of long. And I had like temporary hair color, so I was like doing different color every day.
Oh, so that's the thing about me working in a restaurant. You can't see it. My hair is like a bright teal color. Like I go on interviews and they just be like, "Oh, the hair," and I'm like, "It's not going anywhere." And they just look at me and I'm like, "So you want to hire me or no?" Like I had one job offer me like 10 grand more than I make now, but the stipulation was like I had to cut my hair, and I was like,
"Oh damn." Nah, you should have. That should have been a viral story on like ABC 7 or something.
Like, I mean, you know,
you should have been like, nah, you're gonna pay. What you're gonna do is pay me a year's salary because I'm gonna like report this to
what?
Whatever.
That's not against the law.
To tell you they're gonna pay you more to make you cut your hair?
No, so they didn't say they were gonna pay me more. I'm just saying the offer they gave me was 10 grand more than what I make now.
To cut if you cut your hair.
The offer was contingent upon me, like, here's how it was presented. The offer was contingent upon me conforming to the dress code.
If that means you're gonna turn a blind eye to a discriminatory dress code, that's illegal.
But I mean, hair color isn't a discriminatory dress code. It's a choice that you make. You can't be like, oh, your hair, and it's not like my hair's a natural color. It's fucking blue. Like it's fucking bright blue. It's as bright as the picture behind you on the shelf.
Oh, I can't see this in this lighting. I guess I don't know. Yeah, put it right up to the camera or something. I cannot see,
bro. It's dark as shit. You see where it says at the bottom of your screen where it shows me and it has my name at the bottom in blue?
Yeah,
it's that color blue.
No, it's not.
I promise you. 100% of it. But yeah, the girl was like, you know, our dress code is, and then handed me the paper. And I'm like, flipping, I'm like, oh, da, da, da. And I was like, oh, this isn't going to work. And she's like, why? I was like, I don't plan to cut my hair or change it. Like, we don't have to cut it. You just have to dye it a darker color, like a natural.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they said you can dye it.
And I was like, a natural hair color. Like,
I thought you were saying they wanted you to cut your hair.
No, so like it was partially cut my hair because it was like when it's out in the mohawk, it's like big as fuck. And so the conversation was like, "This is our dress code. What do you feel about it?" And I was like, "I feel like it doesn't apply to me because if I'm going to be a contractor, I'm not going to be in your building." And she's like, "Well, you're gonna have to come in sometimes, da da da." And the policy is, and I was like, "Well, when it's braided up, you can't really see the color." Well, the policy, and I was like, "Girl, that's fine. This isn't gonna work." I was like, "This is too much. It's the hair this day, then tomorrow's gonna be the beard. For all this, I can go back to racist ass Chick-fil-A and make a lot more money."
So you walked out of the interview like right there? Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, it was a Zoom interview. I just hit the little end button. It was like, "Have a great day."
Oh, right. I forgot everything was on Zoom.
No. And then the next interview I had was with who I'm with now. The girl was like, "Oh my God, I love your hair." First thing out of her mouth on the call, I was like, "Oh, this will work."
I don't know. Yeah, like where I work, they didn't care. Like everyone had different. Well, it was also like a music venue, so I guess they wanted people. You know.
Are you working at Milk Boy?
No, I was working at City Winery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not a good fuck.
You been up there?
So I went there. My friend was working when I lived in College Park. My friend was working at Milk Boy when it opened, the roommate, and they went to City Winery to try to get a job there first. And they told her no, thank you.
Why? I thought Milk Boy was like a nicer place, actually.
No, so City Winery
not a nicer place, but like
City Winery told her no, thank you, because they couldn't accommodate her school schedule. Milk Boy said yes, and she actually became.
I see.
Yeah, cause I was like, go to Milk Boy. You know they're building that shit behind my store at Insomnia, and always.
She's still a manager now.
No, she's very.
Could she have gotten me into the Bad Baby concert? That's all I want to know, because I know Bad Baby was up there.
Probably. So what happened is she worked at Milk Boy as like a bartender, then became a serving supervisor, and then a bar and then a bar manager, and then a manager. And then she was still in school. It was her last semester. And she was a dance major. So her whole goal in this was to go be a ballerina somewhere. But sadly, when you have, arthritis, all of a sudden everywhere, being a dancer isn't really feasible. So then she ended up like becoming a vet now. So she left, became a veterinary, and now she's married. She got married a couple weeks ago, and then they're going to Germany once the doors open back up because her husband's in the military. She only got married so that she can go to Germany with him. I was like, well, that's a free trip.
That's what I'm saying. What countries are letting people in right now?
That's the thing. So if you're in the military, it's different.
That's what I'm saying. So why did they have to do all that then?
Because she wasn't. So the only way you can bring her.
She married him. I see.
She married him. And she was at that point like, well, this is working. Because when she lived in the house with me, she was a whole lesbian. Like, there was a train of girls coming through the house. There'll be like a speckle of a random boy who was way too weak. And I'm like, you'll be gone in a week, darling. It's okay. But yeah, no, like she, I remember talking to her and things like fucking Snapchat or some random shit. And I was like, hey, bitch, I'm coming back. Da, 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 da. And I was like, question mark? There was a wedding dress on your Snapchat the other day? She's like, I'm getting married. I was like, dude, yourself? She was like, fuck you. She was like, no, a whole boy. I was like, oh, Jesus. And then she explained it. And I was like, I mean, annulments are always the thing. And she was like, I know. And I was like,
so she's already planning. I don't know. Should you be even like talking about like putting her business out there like that? Like, okay.
She don't care. I've never met the boy, so he don't know me.
Well, she can marry me too, because I'm trying to get those tax breaks or whatever they get.
Look, she ain't even about to. She just want to go out of the country than COVID.
She wants to go to the Philippines. That's fine too. What are you talking about?
She's trying to go on trips on somebody else's dime. She's trying to go on the military's dime.
Oh, well, see, that's what I'm trying to do too.
I can't with you. Go find yourself a lovely person to marry then.
I don't know, but like
my whole Disney trip to Tokyo Disney.
But see, don't you think it's weird? I don't know. Like, I think it was Tom Hanks, right? They just gave him an honorary passport or something to Greece. You know what I'm saying? You didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah, he just got one. No, it wasn't a passport. It was like citizenship. So he got an honorary citizenship to Greece. So no matter what, he's able to fly back and forth from there.
Does he have family? Like, I'm confused. Do we just hand these out free willy nilly? Because I want one in Tokyo.
Exactly. No, it's the elite. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I went
Like,
a whole trip to Tokyo Disney plan this year, and I had to cancel that. Can I get an honorary pass, bitch? I just want to go play with you.
that's kind of why I was bringing that stuff up earlier, like about the elite and like because I mentioned
I think it's one of those things to where like it's what comes with celebrity and money. Like my friend's mom is like the most bougiest person I know, and she ordered something from somewhere. And I guess she has an account with them, and she orders a lot of furniture or some shit. And they were like, "No, we're not doing deliveries," and which is how I got my sofa actually. No, we're not doing deliveries. No, we're not doing deliveries. No, we're not doing deliveries. And she got on the phone with somebody at a corporate office, and all of a sudden, she had a whole house full of furniture delivered that was on back order for 3 months in like 2 days. And I got a call like, you want a free sofa? And I'm like, fuck yeah, bitch, I'm broke. And you got nice furniture. Yeah, they delivered the wrong sofa. I'm like, what? The $7,000 sofa? She was like, yeah, I just don't like it. And I was like, so what are you gonna do for furniture? Like, they're delivering all new furniture tomorrow.
Wait, how does she get this free furniture again? I'm
trying. For her, it was free for me. So she had already bought furniture when COVID started because it was being made. Because this company makes furniture per order. It all stopped, or it got put on hold. So it was ready to be shipped, then it got put on hold because of the COVID thing. Because it was based in California, so they couldn't get her furniture. She was on the phone for 2 days and got to someone because she is a designer and she buys for so many people that like they literally put her furniture on a truck, paid someone to drive it from California to Maryland so she would have furniture in her house. Even though she had furniture. This sofa I'm currently sitting on is like a $7,000 sofa that she gave me for free, all because she didn't like the way it looked when they delivered it and she didn't want to return it because returning things makes her look poor. I was like, bitch, you can return it to my living room. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
That's that elite shit. That's what I'm saying. Who's gonna call a furniture place and get someone on the phone who's high enough to have somebody get in a truck and bring your furniture over? No.
But of course, yeah, like for that, of course they're gonna do it because it's like business or whatever. But why do you need? How are they gonna benefit from giving him citizenship?
Greece? Listen, you never know. They made a deal.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe he's gonna be the new face of the Grease commercial.
But that's what I'm saying. So you're right. Like people with money, like they're all just controlling. They've been like we were talking about Britney earlier. They've been controlling her since she was a kid. Now they're just trying to figure out how they can continue to control her as an adult.
100%. But you know, it's different when somebody gets a little. Then when somebody gets a little perspective on life and realize like, I don't like this anymore.
Then it's too late. You already signed your contract. You already sold your soul. What are you talking about?
I mean, listen, you can always fight for a little piece of it back. Whether you're going to win or lose, you can say you tried.
But that's what I'm saying. If she's trying to fight for a piece of the back, why is she I don't know. I feel like she just, I don't know.
I feel like you go full swing. You can't go from an extreme of like losing your shit for the world to see to a conspiracy. You have to like find that middle ground to where you don't look crazy all the time. The videos, 100%, you look crazy, baby girl. Cut them out. But I feel like as far as like the judge and everything is concerned, you can't go full swing to the other side. You got to find a middle ground to kind of ease your way into it. And then when you got your purse strings back, you can just make a run for it. Just make a run. Just make a run. Just run, grab your kids, and go. Because listen, if I was Britney, bro, Jamie Lynn, got you, girl. Listen, let's talk about this. I need this island. I need you to buy this island right quick, right? And then I'm just going to go live there.
You saying Britney is going to be saying that to Jamie
Lynn?
That's
what I would say. That's 100% what I would say. I'm like, listen, I just need.
If I were Jamie Lynn, I'd be like, no, bitch. What you're going to do is buy me an island, and you stay here and continue to make money.
You can have an island too. You can have an island right across the street.
I'll be like, you're right. I'm going to have 2 islands, and you're going to have none. You're going to continue here and continue working while I make all the money. What do you mean?
Nah. But that's with me. I'd be like, you know what? And I'm a different person. Like, I worked at a place where I hated working there, but the money was good. And then I realized the only reason I liked working there because the money was good. And then I literally said to my boss one day, we got in an argument. I was like, you do fucking know that if my bonus check didn't clear yet, I would have walked out better. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm just waiting for my bonus check to clear, bitch, so I can leave. Because I fucking hate you and this place. That motherfucker cleared on a Friday. I collected my belongings on Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
So appreciate everyone. You guys have a great night. I'll just be leaving. Go to hell. And I got the fuck out. But yeah, no, you all gotta find your joy, your happiness. And for her, maybe, she don't give a fuck as long as the bill's paid. Maybe that's where she's at. Or maybe she's at the point of like, I'm just gonna be real quiet about this and just get my shit back and leave. Because that's what I would do. I would just collect my belongings and leave.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm still interested to see like when she comes out with something new because I'm sure something is coming. She's not done yet, right? Like,
I feel like she might give this is the part about being a superstar and being a Britney type superstar. Everything she did was for the fans. So I feel like she might give them one last album and one last world tour, like an actual world tour, not a Madonna. I've been on a final world tour for 30 years. Like, she gonna give you an actual, like, bitches, get your tickets. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not swinging through the fucking rafters no more. No more animals. This is all I got. And she gonna give you that good Tina Turner last world tour show and then be out. She's gonna give you that one album for the fans and be out. And look, it's more than what most of the motherfuckers deserve. Because half of us forgot about Britney after Circus.
I don't know. I think that was you because I think everyone thought she made a comeback with that performance.
Where, Circus?
She brought the snake back out during that. No, not Circus. I'm literally still talking about that G-Eazy song. Like,
who is G-Eazy and G-Eazy?
You like Cardi B, right? He has a song with Cardi B too.
Yeah, I be knowing songs, but I don't know the people.
If I hit one song, then I like
You got the crotch song? No, crop red.
It ain't safe.
From 2016, sir?
I guess. I forget when it came out.
2016. She has had a song since then. The song since then was Work Bitch.
Really? The song I'm thinking of with G-Eazy is 2016?
2016. Because there's a whole video of her dancing and trying to kiss him. And I guess he like snubs her.
And Work Bitch was after that?
Work Bitch was 2018. 1 second. Britney. Work.
I remember listening to Work Bitch, but I thought that was like on the same album as like Womanizer and all that.
No. Work Bitch was. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Britney Spears shit just be blending together. Work Bitch 2013. Damn.
See? Yeah, you're talking about you're a Britney fan? What? I'm not even I don't consider myself a Britney fan. But I know this.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Yeah, no, she came out with the Essentials. That's what it is.
Oh, she like came out with the like remastered version or something.
That kind of remastered everything together.
Yeah, top greatest hits.
Yeah. So her last actual album was Femme Fatale, which is called Britney Jean.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's what happened. Britney re-released some shit. So she released Femme Fatale twice.
I see.
That's what the confusion, because she had Femme Fatale, then she had a couple more, then she re-released Femme Fatale with something else and added some extra songs. Because I think I was mad because I fucking bought it. And I was like, wait, I already have this.
It wasn't even like deluxe with like bonus tracks?
No, just added some more songs and then like remixed them together on the album. And I was like, wait, I think I have this. And I was like, no, I don't have this song. And then I looked and I was like, this bitch didn't re-release it.
Was it like better quality though? Did you listen to them back to back?
No, it was the same quality, just new songs, and she moved them around on the album.
Oh, I see.
She just like put it in a fucking Yahtzee container and just shook it up and said, there you guys go. Because I remember being like, oh, there's a new Britney album. And me like download it and be like, I think I already have this one. And I was like, I don't have some of these songs. And I looked and it was like new songs plus re-released. And I was like, bitch. And you couldn't buy the new songs by themselves on Apple Music. You had to buy the whole thing again. And I was like, y'all some fucking assholes. I was like, I hate all y'all. I was like, I just wanted those couple 3 songs that I like. Now I gotta buy the whole fucking album all over again.
If you were a real fan, you would.
Nah, bro, I'm a real fan who's an adult and who got bills. So
I mean, like when I really like something, like when Cardi B's Free mixtape came out and it was on iTunes, I still bought it because I was like, damn, like this is a good album.
Way, but I've grown to, if I really like your album, I'll buy it on vinyl.
Oh, true.
So that's my new thing. I have like a whole thing of vinyls. So like I really love the Adele albums. I got them in vinyl. The Sam Smith vinyl. Emily Sande, I got the album in vinyl. Then I got her Prince Albert live thing in a vinyl. Like I learned later on that vinyls cost more, but more of the money goes to the artist.
Oh, it's not about like the quality, or like
the quality's better on some of them. Some of them is a little iffy. Like I got Lizzo's album on a vinyl, and it sounded really good because she it was a special edition you had to buy from her website, to where it was like made the way vinyls used to be made. So before all the fun mixing and mastering and all the weird shit they do to it, digitizing it happens. She did, I think it was like a couple thousand of them, just kind of old school vinyl way. So they sound pretty good.
Oh, I haven't gone on the whole like vinyl kick, but like when I do like an artist too, I will like buy a physical copy of the CD too.
Yeah, my thing is like I don't have a CD player, and there's not one in my car. So I'm just over a CD. So the vinyl thing happened because I bought a fucking shitty vinyl player from, I think I was at Big Lots as a gift for someone else. They pissed me off. I said, well, I got a vinyl. And so I put it up. And then I was like, well, I got to find something to play on it. Because it's like a Bluetooth one. I was like, I got to find some music to play on it. And Amazon randomly started popping up with vinyl shit on my feed. And the first one was Adele's 19. And I was like, I'll pay $20 for that. And then the next one, when I was in Atlanta, there was a vinyl store. That was like an old school music store where they had like tapes and CDs and vinyls. And
that's what I was gonna ask you next, like, because like now vinyl's coming back, but at some point cassette has to be coming back. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I see them like making new cassette players soon.
I hated cassettes when they were a thing, because for some reason maybe I'm just too rough. I used to like the fucking thing used to get eaten to the thing. Then you're using a pen trying to twist it. I ain't got time for that. That's too much work. And you got to buy a whole situation for a cassette player. No.
What about like, you know, on vinyl, like you can't just hit repeat. If you want to listen to it again, you gotta lift the thing up and then you gotta move it over. Like,
if you know what you're doing, you know what lines to look for to know the song. And then 2, I only buy vinyls for albums that I love the entire album. I'm not getting a vinyl, and they sell single vinyls, but it's the same cost as the whole album. Like if I'm buying a vinyl, it's because I like the entire album.
But you can't listen to the album on repeat without having to get up and move it.
Mine doesn't.
Oh, it automatically like resets.
When it knows that it's at the edge of the music, all
right, never mind.
Right back down.
I clearly don't know how any of that shit works.
Period. Because when I lived in Atlanta, that's what I used to put on for the dog. He used to listen to Carrie Underwood in the morning before I left for work. I would put it on, it would repeat twice, and then it'll just cut off after. They will restart themselves. Trust and believe.
Okay. Well, maybe I should start getting into that because I do want to. I always want to buy vinyl just because it's like a collector's item to me. I feel like you need to have that.
What got me into it was I went to a friend's house and like we vibe on artwork. So I have like a whole art wall in my house, and so we were vibing off some artwork, and then I was bringing him a painting that I did for him, and then I like walked into, I think it was like his living room, and I was like, "Oh, that shit looks so sick up there. Like, did you print the covers out and blow them up?" And he was like, "No, they're vinyls in the frames." And so there's like frames that are made for vinyls to where you drop it in the top, and now it becomes a piece of artwork on your wall versus a fucking stack just leaning on the floor. And it looked nice. And I was like, I'm never going to do that because those fucking frames are hella expensive. I was like, but that's a good idea.
So because when he collects enough like records, his whole wall is going to be covered with them?
That's his goal.
idea? Oh, okay.
He's in the music industry, so for him, it's like a thing. But yeah, he has like a huge living room wall. That's
Have you sent him my mixtape? What are you talking about?
so he's a songwriter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a country singer songwriter. Let's just be very specific.
I wrote a country song verse.
I heard it. It's okay. It was cute. Yeah, no, he writes for like he's written for like Carrie Underwood.
Oh shit!
What's the other lady's name? Miranda Lambert. These are like that.
I mean, I only like that one Carrie Underwood song for real.
What song?
Before He Cheats. The back.
No one. Look, anybody who knows country is gonna tell you. Here's the deal: when you come in the country and you know you're a girl, you got to give him a pop song for people to listen.
So you think that was a pop song?
It 100% was, and I feel like she doesn't even like performing it because she doesn't even perform at concerts anymore.
Wow.
I think, again, it's one of those things on your first album, you don't know what you're doing. They're throwing songs at you. You're just happy to be here.
So she didn't write that song?
She, like, co-wrote it with somebody, but I think, like, the original premise was, like, a songwriter. A songwriter came up with. And she kind of filled in the gaps for it so that she can say she co-wrote it. Because, again, Carrie Underwood's not a dumb girl. She co-writes a lot of shit just so she can make sure that she got a longevity check. Because at the end of the day, if someone else is going to sing the song, she made a comment in an interview. She's like, I want to be the Dolly Parton of country music. And everyone was like, Dolly doesn't have any hits. They was like, you don't know Dolly has hits. But Dolly has hits that Dolly don't sing on. I was like, Elvis Presley wanted to remake one of Dolly's songs, but for him to do it, they had to buy the song from her, and she said no. After
I Will Always Love You is Dolly Parton, right?
Yeah.
Whitney Houston.
This is what I'm saying. Dolly Parton makes songs that she's like, listen, girl. And she got a whole Dolly world. Bro, Dolly's the smartest bimbo you ever did see.
She's related to Kesha, right?
Somehow, some way, yeah.
Or did Kesha just I think maybe Kesha just redid her song. No, I thought they were related.
Yeah, she's like related somehow. Just like she's related to what's the crazy girl?
Is Kesha free yet? I thought they were doing free Kesha forever ago.
Kesha's free and clear. She can go make as much music as she wants.
Okay.
Kesha should have just did what Rihanna did when she was locking that fucking shitty contract and just put an album out every 6 months until that motherfucker was over. I was like, that's Rihanna, because y'all used to Rihanna pushing out these albums every 6 months before you can even get used to the first song. I was like,
when's her new album coming out?
Listen, Rihanna over here making panties and mascara.
She says, I saw something like, it was like a month ago, but she said like, oh, the album's ready. I'm just waiting.
Rihanna has been trolling people with this album for like 5 years, bro. Okay. Yo, somebody comment on Rihanna's fucking Twitter and was like, oh, I can't wait for the new album. She fucking responded to them because she's a troll and says, you want to hear one of the songs? And puts a link in it. The link is to fucking Umbrella. Bro, I was like, Rihanna is the troll of the century. Because so many people clicked on the link. Like, I want to see what this is.
Is she trolling to say, just wait? Or is she trolling to say, I'm done with music?
Trolling to say, leave me the fuck alone.
I know. Why?
Listen, Rihanna out here making panties. I got a notification earlier that she came out with a skincare line. Rihanna said, listen, I'm tired of singing and dancing for y'all hoes. I'm going to give you some panties for your boyfriend, some makeup for your job, and some skincare to keep you looking young.
She's already like the highest paid female, or maybe.
Yeah, that's what happens when you hang around, Jay-Z like that.
When you fuck Jay-Z.
I don't care how you slice it. That's your money, bro.
I mean, allegedly, I don't want to get in trouble with Jay-Z.
Dice it. He make your money grow. Anybody who hung out with Jay-Z, they ain't worry about no checks.
I'm just mad. Like, how are you gonna allow Rihanna to have more money than your wife, Beyonce? Isn't Rihanna worth more than Beyonce?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know, because everyone says those numbers online are fake. If you look up people's like net worth and stuff,
it's also one of those things to where is Beyonce really making less money than Rihanna, or do you?
I mean, Beyonce has that dual income with Jay-Z, which I think helps her net worth. But her by herself, I don't think she is worth.
Well, here's the thing, though. And here's what I tell people, and this is what I learned growing up and, living and hanging out with people that I hang out with, right? So people only know what you allow them to know. So I had a friend who, matter of fact, the book's over there. We all thought was broke. Like, I mean, destitute. He always looked homeless when we went out. We would always foot the bill for food. And for my birthday one year, I wanted the special edition Cartier anniversary book, which is like a coffee table book. I couldn't find it. The book is like $600. I wasn't going to pay for it. I was looking for a used copy, maybe with the cover missing, so I can get it for the logo. For my birthday, it appears on my front door from some very obscure bookstore. Fresh with the plastic on it. Mind you, this book is 20 years old. I called Cartier and they were like, "Oh, we don't even have the book anymore. We can't even get your copy, girl." With a note that said, "To someone who always looked out for me, even though I could look out for myself." And I was like, "This is real odd." Made a whole thing about it on Facebook with friends and was like, oh my God. And then months later, he invited us to I think it was it Deep Creek? I think it was Deep Creek. To come hang out at a cabin. We all looking like, this bitch broke. Like, how is he paying for a fucking cabin? He drives a beat up car. No, we found out we were at this cabin that not only did his parents own the one we were staying in, but 6 on the line. And he wasn't broke. He just never felt the need to flaunt his money. And I was like, so did you buy me the Cartier book? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, bitch, that book's like $700 when it was new. It's a collectible. He was like, yeah, I mean, it was kind of hard to track down, but, you always made sure I was taken care of, even though I felt like I was doing fine. Dropping off food and shit, let me crash on the couch. I was like, that's because we all thought you were broke, bro. Like, he was like, nah, that's my parents' house. That's me on the wall right there. I was like, bitch, do you owe me some money? Because I had to pay for a lot of meals. But no, I think it's one of those moments. Like, when Beyonce wants to let you hoes know where her pockets be, y'all can be like, oh, that bitch got all the money in all the world.
Because there was a video of her crying too. Remember that?
I don't really like Beyonce, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not here for her 3 notes.
I don't know. So who's coming out like soon that you're looking forward to?
Nobody, because it's fucking Corona. I don't know. I think the John Legend joint surprised me. Just because Kane Brown is not a good singer. He's just cute. And to get a song with John Legend and a video, like not just a song, but a whole video, was a thing. So that was nice to look forward to in these dark, bleak times. I don't think anybody's putting anything out because they can't promote it. They can't give you a concert. They can't give you a video. Like the Kane Brown Legend video happened because Kane Brown filmed his part in his house. John Legend filmed his part in his house. They sent it to an editor who like smashed it together.
All right, but look at all these videos that are coming out. They're doing it.
What videos?
6ix9ine, Cardi B.
In his living room.
Cardi B.
Pre-made. It's her
no,
and Megan.
At 6ix9ine was out in New York for one of his videos on top of the car.
And he had Corona.
I mean, probably.
Corona and a good lace front. Bro, like, period. I'm not mad at him. He got to make money. He broke. But he got a good lace front and probably Corona at this point.
But I'm saying, like, these celebrities, like, they get to do whatever they want to do.
Salt is going to be out here putting themselves in danger to make a fucking video for y'all.
Well, I heard when Cardi did her video, they had to pay for all the people to get corona testing. Yeah, so
that's the thing. It's like no one has that kind of money. Cardi's video with Megan had to happen because the song had to happen. That was the difference. It's like the song had to happen now. It couldn't wait another year. Like Megan said when she did the song with Beyonce, she got a call randomly and was like, she's like, I made the song months ago and figured it was never going to see the light of day. She was like, they asked me months ago to remix the song and I never heard anything else about it. Then all of a sudden I got a call saying it's dropping tomorrow. She was like, and then it dropped in 3 hours. I'm like, because Because Beyonce not dumb. Megan can't hold shit. You ain't about to hop on Twitter and ruin my moment. But I'm like, that's the thing,
yeah, because Beyonce likes to do everything in secret.
Period. And I'm like, that's the thing. You have to, when these songs happen, especially when it's stuff like this, you have to drop it when there's enough momentum to keep it moving forward, especially during COVID, because you can't do press tours. You can't hit the radio stations up. Radio stations are doing fucking Zoom calls. I don't want to see y'all niggas on a Zoom call.
I do. I still watch all that shit.
No, I want to see y'all decked out looking ridiculous in the studio with a whole fur on and knowing it's 95 degrees in this bitch. That's what I want to see. I want to see you, on the red carpet and shit. Like, that's the thing. Like, momentum for Megan was moving, momentum for Cardi was moving, so they weren't going to push it back. They just figured out a way to make it work. Ain't nobody else going to drop that kind of money. They just knew they were going to make that money back. Because now you got old people out here watching WAP looking confused on TikTok.
I feel like that's all part of the gimmick. I feel like I don't know, like, it's not as dirty as everyone's saying it is. I feel like she's definitely paid people to hype it up.
And I tell people this all the time. I was like, whenever someone takes what you think and do in private and put it on Front Street and they're unapologetic about it, all of a sudden we're all so holier than thou and very, nah, you was just having somebody touch beyond the back of your throat last night. Why are you looking confused now, Grandma? How you think these kids got here? It wasn't by the grace of God. Like, I just think it's when people say stuff like that out loud and they're unapologetic about it. The whole, what's the girl's name? The fucking Jenner girl. Like, that thing was stupid.
Kylie Jenner. What? That was the best part of the video. Don't even go there. What are you talking about?
If I was to go play with the vagina, it would not be that one.
What?
At all. I don't need you to be looking like a Barbie being put together with different parts from different centuries. No, thank you. And then on top of it, I looked at the video and I was like, oh, that's that Jenner girl. And then the video moved on. It's not like this bitch blessed out in song.
She was the highlight of the video.
And
for sure.
Some of you all, that's great. For me, absolutely not.
So who was the highlight of the video for you?
No one. I enjoyed the remake on TikTok with the teacher guy. That was the highlight.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yo,
he was doing the dance?
He was doing, my phone is not in here or I would send you the link. He was doing the dance. He is the whitest teacher who is the funniest guy on TikTok you've ever seen in your life. And someone green screened him into the video.
Oh, I see.
And he looks like he is busting it wide open and with the background and it's everything. Because he's like walking in, he's like, and then he just starts popping it and I'm like, this is everything I needed. I don't give a fuck about this WAP video anymore. This guy is everything tonight.
All right. Well, I'm not going to make you look for it right now. We are running out of time. I'm going to make sure that everyone gets a link in the description, though, so they can watch the video. But I don't also want to make sure that people can look for you and find you. Do you have like an Instagram or where can people find you at?
I do have an Instagram. I never post on it, but if you want to see the random shit I post, it's Flyboy05 with 2 Y's. Yeah. I think that's what it is. If you want to see me, you'll find it. I'm horrible at social media. People be like, I think you died, and then you'll randomly post a picture of like your eyebrow. And I'm like,
Nah, you need to get more because I thought you said you only had 2 subscribers to your YouTube too.
Listen, I don't know how I got those 2 subscribers. I need them to go down.
What? Really- you don't want to get more?
No, my YouTube was for me to just put random shit. There was a whole moment on my YouTube. I have like 3 videos on there, and like 2 of them are me wandering through DC drunk, complaining about the fucking gay club that I love being turned into a fucking twink bar, and how the fucking bartender tried to charge me $17 for a goddamn drink.
Town?
Huh?
Town?
Fuck no. What was it? Green Lantern?
Green Lantern. I've never been there.
I came into town for something and then went to get a drink. And at one point I knew everyone at the Green Lantern. Like, I used to work there. And then this fucking weird ass kid ignores me for 20 minutes. And then finally I'm like, you gonna fucking serve me or not, bro? Then he was like, oh, what do you want? And I was like, can I get a double Don Julio with a fresh lime squeeze? First off, you do not just measure my drink. That's issue number 1. Issue number 2 is you fucking pulled triple second it. That's not fucking lime juice. And then I got in an argument with him and I was like, I'm fucking leaving.
You know, he should have been like, oh, I used to work here first. And then he would have been like, oh, shit.
No, the owner. I was like, bro, who's this fucking bartender? I sent him a picture. He's like, oh, that's the fucking new kid. He's like, listen, I know what's happening. We can't keep bartenders, and the twinks are just taking over. We're not even doing the normal shit anymore. We're just a bar at this point. We don't even have events upstairs. And I was like, man, I'll go back to my fucking hotel room. I came to see some shirtless Thursday, and ain't nobody in this bitch shirtless. I'm out. But yeah, no thanks. But yeah, other than that, there's
All right. Well, yeah.
They're semi-funny. Somebody will get a joke out of it, I guess.
All right. Well, I was going to have you like post this on your YouTube page too, but I guess you don't have to worry about that.
I mean, I post.
But definitely, you're subscribed to me though, right?
I probably am. I'm subscribed to a lot of people.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, I'm going to make sure that you are, because I'm going to post this as soon as because you know, this is one of my longer interviews. One of my longer shows. So no, it's good. I like it. It just takes longer to upload it to YouTube. But I'm gonna definitely
over there in College Park.
What's up?
Because you got that horrible internet over there in College Park.
Yeah, exactly.
I got the grown-up internet over here.
That's why my shit was still
6 minutes.
My stuff was still freezing when it was like, you know, in the middle of this. Oh, that reminds me. I still gotta edit
over there in College Park. I need to get some good internet.
All right, but definitely come back anytime. I'd love to have you as a guest, whenever you want to come back.
Cool. I mean, I'm always here.
But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
Bye.
See you guys.